Today, we'll discuss how to plan, track, and present your business's financial goals using a pro forma. These financial projections are not just numbers on a page, they're a strategic tool that helps us forecast the financial health of our business, make informed decisions, and attract investors. Let's explore how we can use pro formas to turn our business's vision into a reality. So my name is Devan McLaren. I am the VP of our academy. I'm also the founder and CEO of Triple Beam Advisors, which is a boutique consulting firm that helps support cannabis companies across the supply chain with financial projections, preparing to raise capital, and other financial analysis needs. So let's get started. Today we'll dive into the following. What is a pro forma? Types of pro formas and when to use them. When you might need a pro forma for a cannabis application or a loan application, when you might need to use a pro forma in practice and different answers to certain questions that you might get from investors, for example, and then some limitations of pro formas and how to remedy them. We'll cover tips and watchouts when building and using a pro forma. And really, in general, we're getting familiar with these pro formas in order to give us a clear direction for our business. By understanding these financial projections, we can confidently face future challenges, make smart decisions, and aim for lasting success. So let's get started with the first one here. What is a pro forma? Why would you need one? When might you use it? What are some of the shortfalls or limitations? At its basic level of analysis, a pro forma is just a method of calculating financial results using certain projections or assumptions. It's a tool that helps you estimate how much money you may earn or spend in the future and to test what might happen in different scenarios for your business. In a pro forma context, an assumption refers to a projected estimate or a prediction about future conditions or events that are critical for creating the financial forecast. These assumptions are typically based on historical data, market trends, and expectations regarding various factors such as sales growth, expenses, interest rates, inflation, and other relevant variables for your business. Assumptions serve as the foundation of the pro forma financial statements, helping guide decision-making and strategic planning. They are subject to uncertainty and may change over time as conditions evolve. Assumptions help you estimate your business's performance in the future. How much money am I going to make? How much will my expenses be? A pro forma allows you to model different scenarios for your business, and you do this by changing the assumptions. For example, instead of selling an average price of $10 per unit for a specific SKU, charge $12 and see what that impact has across your entire business. Maybe bumping up the price of that SKU is going to mean an extra $100,000 in your pocket at the end of the year. Maybe it's going to mean that you don't need to raise as much capital as a result. So building this tool is a powerful way to test scenarios and communicate your business's assumptions to other people. At the end of the day, a pro forma is just like a hammer in your business toolkit. So just like a hammer helps build a solid structure, a pro forma helps construct solid financial foundation for your business. Both tools are essential for creating something lasting and reliable. Different hammers have different uses and strengths, and different pro formas have different benefits and strengths as well. Depending on the goal, depending on the audience, and the details that are needed, you're going to want to pivot and show a certain section or output of the pro forma for a certain audience. For example, if you're trying to communicate your sales objectives to your marketing team, you don't want or need to show them what your capitalization table or cap table is. A capitalization table is a table that outlines the ownership structure of the company by detailing who owns what percentage of equity in the business. It typically includes information about shareholders, their respective ownership stakes, and any equity issued. It includes changes in ownership over time, such as through investments or stock options. So you only want to show investors and regulators a snippet of the model to suit their needs. If you wanted to get an investment, you might have to show more of your pro forma or all of it, just maybe not all at once. You might want to show a little bit at the beginning and then expand the view as you become more confident that you're going to be doing some work together. At the license application stage, you may be required to prepare a preliminary pro forma to justify the feasibility of your business. These early stage forecasts are meant to demonstrate to licensing bodies that you have considered the financial requirements of your proposed business and the costs associated with operating the license. There are many online templates available to prepare these simple forecasts, However, once you get closer to raising capital, you may want to hire an external consultant to assist in the preparation of a detailed pro forma model. Regardless of the various use cases, a pro forma is an incredibly helpful and necessary tool for business planning. Join us in the next video to talk about the benefits and a few different types of pro formas and when you need to use them. I'll see you over there.